there's going to eventually be an implosion or a big meltdown. There's going to be an implosion where 3 or 4 or maybe even a half a dozen of these mega budgeted movies are going to go crashing into the ground, and that's going to change the paradigm again.
And then what does the world look like after that?
Well, like 2008. We will come back from it. That's what I mean.
But
what you're going to end up with is fewer theaters, bigger theaters, with a lot of nice things. Going to the movies, it's going to cost you $50, maybe 100, maybe 150.
Like Broadway costs today.
Yeah, it's like Broadway or going to a football game. It's going to be an expensive thing. The movies are going to be these big ticket items because people will still take their chances, and they will sit in the theaters for a year, just like a Broadway show does, and that's going to be what we call the movie business. But everything else is going to look more like cable television on TiVo, which is there's great programming, usually more interesting than what you're going to see in the movie theater, and you can get it whenever you want, and it's going to be niche marketed, which means, you can really take chances and do things if you can figure there's a small group of people that will kind of react to this. And then it's really a matter of marketing, which is the biggest issue, just to make sure that people know you're there. But otherwise, and of course with the internet, the way all the future of communications and everything is, there's a whole process for doing that now. So it's basically going to be what used to be the movie business, which I include as television and movies. It was the movie, but now it's going to be the television business, which actually has nothing to do with television anymore.
Content business.
It's not going to have cable or broadcast. It's going to be the internet television, and that's storytelling. There's no difference between movies and television. There's no difference at all, except in a lot of cases, television is much better than movies.
Well, because eventually movies go on television, so it's all the same after.
But the quality,
even the window is so narrow. Movies go on television in hotels within 2 weeks of their initial theatrical runs. It used to be, when I first started making movies, it was really cool. My movie stayed in theaters for 1 year. If it was a hit, it was a year long. Raiders was in theaters for a year. E.T. was in theaters for a year and 4 months. And I can't believe that I can actually remember those days. That was an amazing situation back then. But now, there's going to be eventually day and date with movies, and eventually there's going to be a price variance for you're going to have to pay $25 to see the next Iron Man, and you're probably only going to have to pay $7 to see Lincoln. I mean, there's going to be that is going to be in our future as well.
I think eventually the Lincolns are going to go away and they're going to be on television.
Well, and mine almost was.
You're not, well, but I mean
this close.
But that's
ask HBO this close.
But you're going to have homes with giant televisions that are, in terms of the ratio of person to screen is going to be the same.
Right.
But it's just you can't. I mean, like now I'm going into making my own personal films, but I know I can't release them. This is why. Well, because if I make a movie for $1 million, it's still going to cost me $10 or $15 million to market it. Yeah. I'm not going to spend 15. I know I'm going to lose money at it because nobody's going to want to see the movie anyway. So why would I spend another $15 million on something?
We got you covered.
Yeah, on something that's Well, I don't see you running out to go see Tetro or anything, or Youth Without Youth. But the thing is, the issue is that you're going to be able to make these movies, and eventually. You can put them on the internet and everything, but you're not going to make any money at it. So the monetizing issue is still a big deal, and you have to be able to see where your market is. I mean, I already know I'm making it for a minuscule market, and that's why I'm doing it. It's because I don't have to worry about if it's entertaining or if it's anything, and it's my choice. But at the same time, people are going to be able to have options, and those movies are, unfortunately, the options for interesting movies are going to be on television, or as we know, or in the home. Let's not say television, say in the home. But I defy people who live in a hole or something. You can take some of the best cable shows, and you can take some of the best movies, and you can put them on the screen together, and nobody can tell the difference. Television competes with movies.
That's true.
1-to-1. There is no because but they're different. Actually, television is more adventurous. I mean, cable television is much more adventurous than movies.
Yep.